Hey everybody, hope you all doing alright. So, I'm just gonna be honest with what I think is going on with a particular person. I'm gonna be as specific as I can be, because the more information that's aware on any given situation, the better able anybody's gonna be able to navigate through it, because the more aware they are of the topic of the contours of that individual situation. This is why information is key on a battlefield. If you know where your troops are, you know what their capability is, and you know what your troops are, what their capability is, you're that much better than somebody who doesn't know what the capability of each either or side is. So, anyways, information matters, man. And so anyway, I'm gonna just share with you what I think is going on. And again, I don't know the full scope of things, so this is part of my way of just figuring out what the fuck is going on. Because if I didn't talk about this, I'd probably go crazy. And this again goes into, I mean, it's just that me saying that in itself gives weight to my frustration in that for over a year now, this thing with a particular person and her has been going on. I mean, with her blocking me and whatever else is going on. Like I pick up, like if I really listen to my intuition and how much it's told me what's going on, it's rather disturbing. To me, it's disturbing to know that stuff has gone this far. Like parts of my past, people of my past have gotten this involved with her. I mean, the levels that I'm feeling are but it makes sense because of who she is, and it's like in the time that we're living in. Like I'm not. That's why like I'm not mad at you guys. The thing that I am, but it's not for the reasons you might think. The reason why I'm mad is because y'all ain't talking to me. That's the issue. Is that the situation has allowed us all to turn against each other, and we've all chosen selfishness, our desire to want to be with her over being friends, over just being decent humans with each other. Because this is the truth, bro, and I'm only bringing it up because it's morally it was wrong what y'all did. Just this whole situation, and not that you got involved in it, but that the part about that I feel was morally wrong was seeing me in the state that I was in and not giving a fuck. To me, that's morally wrong, especially if you were my friend or part of my family. I'm not trying to rehash it, but this is because This is why part of me has wanted to move on from a particular person because dealing with her just connects me to dealing with people of my past, and that's a situation that I just want to move on from, man. Like, I'm sorry if I hurt y'all. I really am, dude. But the way things have gone down for me and with you guys, y'all supposed to be my friends. Like that's not friendship to me at all. It stopped being friendship a long time ago. And that's breaks my fucking heart to say it, but that's the truth. And I'm sorry I wasn't strong enough as a man to stand up and speak about this in a more effective manner because maybe if I had done that, things would have been different. But here we are now, so I got to work with where we are here and now. But this is also why I'm not going to continue going on with the way of doing things that I know is detrimental to me and the way I roll. Hey, Shy. So what I'm getting at is, it's like this morning it happened. What I think she's doing is I think she goes and I think she does this to me. I think she does this to other men too. And it's gonna be disgusting, but this is what is the truth. What I feel is going on is that she goes and she gives. It's like a succubus, man. I mean, it's sad, but I mean, I don't know what the fuck it really is, but there is some similarities to what's going on and what a succubus, the definition of what a succubus is. So this only started happening when right when me and a particular person really started talking was when this started happening. So like that's an important indication. So after I think this is what I think has happened. After I think she watched, I even know which video it was that she watched that triggered this. And it has to do with a certain tone. Like when men speak in a certain way, it triggers women. Like when women see men performing and speaking in a certain manner, it makes them wet, just like it can make them dry. Okay, so there was something I had said a while ago that I think made her wet. And upon seeing that, she decided to go and spiritually, essentially have sex with me. This spiritually, what she's doing, she's sending her spirit out in a sexual manner, and she's coming. She's done this to many people, I think, and I think let me just share with you what I think is going on, because this is a huge part of why I've been in the moods that I've been in, and why other people are in the moods that they are in, and it needs to stop because it's gross, and it's I'm not trying to be mean, but it is. It's not right either, because it's like you're doing things out of good order. So she's essentially spiritually going and playing with male genitalia, creating, getting them to get aroused, getting them to fucking give them a boner, and from there it's up to them what they do. So, but she's choosing to go in there and tempt them and exchange energy in that type of a way to where she fucking gets that type of a rise out of people. No pun intended, but that's the truth. And based on what you do in that moment is gonna, that if you shoot.
Up here if you want, Bri.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
If you choose to go along with that and exchange with that, that's gonna strengthen the bond that you've now decided to let in because you chose to act on it. Now, how you act on it, the type of thoughts you think, all of that has an effect. And so this has been going on for years, man. And like this is why I get so irritated, because she'll go and she'll do this, and like we'll have what I feel very intimate, fucking like meaningful moments, and so it's like that's great. And then but then it's like when I come back to reality, and it's like I'm being blocked, and it's like, well, who does that? Who, like, to me that's like having sex with somebody. So it's like essentially what's really happening is that she's coming over here and having essentially sex with me without wanting to talk with me, without caring to communicate. So that's why, from my perspective, it seems like she just wants to fuck me and use me, and that's it. She doesn't really want to care about me. She doesn't want to hear about my issues. She doesn't want to try to help me with anything that I'm working on. Nothing else. She just seems to want me for my energy, and now I also think to work a job and pay for her existence and all these types of things. And I'm not that came off kind of like low, but I think there's a part of her that wants that feeds on that is hoping that is a eventuality. And I think somewhere she also feels like, even though she does do these things, it's her way of loving. It's her way of trying to connect and pull people in. And she does take, like, once you're in her grasp, I feel like she would take care of you in what ways she thinks love is. This is why that word love is different to everybody. So I want to say this, I want to make it clear. I do feel like once she really does want to love, but it's in her own way. It's the way she loves. And it's not right to me. Like, the way she loves is not right. And so this has been a huge source of the frustration and also the depression. And this is why, like, she's got to see from her, and this is why I think she's helped cause the death of other men, because she does this to other men, and they get this feeling, this excitement from what they do, this stimulation from what they do, and then it's this deep connection, and then they're feeling this, they go through that, and then once you feel that depthness, like, you feel like certain things should now be done in a certain way because you all have now come together in this deep type of a manner. And if that's the truth to things, then if we're able to do this, then there should be no reason why we can't talk. But that's the issue, is then she chooses not to talk, or even worse, she'll make fun of the person. So it's like, this is the psychology of what she's doing. She's going in and she's giving men boners and fucking with them spiritually, sexually, and then she's ridiculing them. She's making fun of them. She's wanting nothing to do with them. She's talking to other dudes. Like, that's what's gone on. So you have to see, from my perspective, this is what's happening. I'm sitting here feeling like it's almost like a molestation is what just came through to me. I mean, it is. She has gotten no permission to do what she does. She just comes and fucks with the dude in that type of a way, sexually. And I'm just saying this because I hope that she sees what she's doing is wrong and she changes her ways. And it's like, I'm just being real to help you see what's going on. And like, the way you grew up, the things that happened to you, like, I hope you can see the connection to what you're doing and what happened to you. This is why I'm saying everything happens here for a reason. It's not just by accident. It's not random. This is why unfortunately, people that have been molested, I think that there's something that they did in their past that caused them to be in that spot. It's karma. How else can you explain it? I don't believe that some divine being or some creator just decided to curse some people and bless others. I don't think it's like that. I think we choose to do things, and that those choices have an effect, and we have to pay for that effect. That's free will to me. That's what seems to make the most sense based on energy and the way that I've been able to observe it, as well as others. I've watched other people's observations, and from what they've observed, I've observed their observations, and this is my deduction. Is that everything has an effect. Everything is a cause and effect. There's an ebb and flow. We can change the feng shui of the moment by changing the moment, by changing our participation in the moment, by changing how we see the moment. We have the ability to change this. I can choose to spread more love, or I can choose to spread more hate. So it's our choice, free will. This is why the word was given to us as a protection if we choose to use it. If we don't, it doesn't do shit. And just like if you don't know how to use a gun, it ain't gonna do shit really. If you don't practice speaking, you can't talk. Like, just because you're born with the ability to speak doesn't mean you can just speak. You still have to put in the work to be able to speak. So, and the same thing with love. Like, you can't expect just to have this magical feeling and this beautiful, lovely butterflies all the time if you ain't putting the good work and effort into that relationship. So this is why you need to keep feeding love. It's not just something that, okay, we're just in a relationship and everything's going to magically work out. Nah, there's going to be conflicts. There's going to be issues. There's going to be obstacles. And how powerful your love is, I mean, how you can look at how powerful your love is how well y'all are able to, how well is y'all's love able to get through life. The more powerful the love is, the better able it's going to be able to navigate through this thing called life. And y'all are going to be able to stick together. So I do recognize that there is a very strong potentiality and potentiality of a deep connection between me and her, and I think because of that we are both drawn to each other. But I guess I'm getting mixed up again because I'm not, the way that she's choosing to treat me, from my perspective, it looks like somebody that cares more about what they can get out of me than actually caring about me, and that's the issue. Not only for my own heart and like me wanting to be with somebody that really cares about me, but also for her heart, because the way she's choosing to live and how she treats people isn't right. And that's also the reason why she's in the situation that she's in. So I'm doing what I can, what I know, how I know to help her. This is how I know, is to be honest, is to be real, and to be there for her, but also not to sugarcoat and not to enable any behavior that I think is unhealthy. And what she's been doing with that whole sexual thing is completely unhealthy. And I've never wanted that. I've wanted a communication. That's what I want. I don't want this weird, like, nah, dog, I want the real thing, first of all, so, like, my past, like, I haven't enjoyed porno. Like, that's something I did when I was in a desperate state, when I was lonely. But I always felt worse afterwards because it's lame. It's like, you're here alone and you're supposed to be with somebody. So it's like, I really don't like doing that shit. I've done it because I've been lonely and I've been weak and I've been a sinner and I've fallen, but I don't want to continue perpetuating that lifestyle. So, like, even her doing what she's doing,
I'm gonna take a shower before my meeting.
Okay.
Thanks, sweetie.
Yep. So, sorry, I just got distracted there. It's alright. So her doing what she's doing, yeah, I mean, it's not good for her and it's not good for me. And I know there's things that I need to work on too, and I would love to hear from her what she thinks I need to work on. That's part of the issue, is she doesn't even have, that space isn't even available for us to work on this relationship. And it's like, I'm supposed to continue to hold on to this even though it isn't even a real relationship, because there isn't a two-way street. It's a one-way street. She's dictating all of this. She's the one with the power. She really is. All these dudes fucking look up to her. I think she's swaying things more than she thinks, or maybe she does know and she just doesn't want to allude to it. But I'm gonna fucking say it because I see it. So, anyways, I hope that these words at least help the situation and move in whatever way it needs to move so that it's better for everybody. I do not want anybody to come through and to feel any more pain that they don't need to feel. And if the pain that they are feeling, I hope that pain is there. I mean, it is there. I hope that they have the ability to see it as a signal and to appreciate that signal and to listen to that signal and to allow that signal to tell you what you need to hear so that you can grow in a way that helps you grow well. Because I think that's what pain is here to do, is to tell us not to do things, or to learn from the things that cause us the pain, to help balance out the imbalance. So, alright, love you all, peace.